Thank you very much, Mr. President. I rise personally, but also as Vice Chair of the Legislative Jewish Caucus. I want to, and I rise in support of AB 101. I want to thank the author, Mr. Medina, as well as the Latino, Black, and API caucuses for working very, very closely with the Jewish caucus really over the past several years. And for working very, very hard to make sure that we are accomplishing our important shared goal of having ethnic studies in our schools and making sure that all of our students, that all of our children are able to learn not just about a whitewashed history of this country, but the actual lived experiences of so many people, and particularly communities of color, which has so frequently been simply erased from American history. And so this is incredibly important. Colleagues, as you may know, the original version of the ethnic studies proposed draft curriculum proposed by the IQC had some very, very problematic aspects that were frankly anti-Semitic. We worked very, very hard, and I want to thank the IQC, the senator from Santa Monica in particular, to make sure that that was not a part of this curriculum, that the curriculum would not be teaching anti-Semitism or any form of hate. And the final adopted version was a dramatic improvement and something that we have all rallied around and defended. And I want to thank the author for including in the legislation. I want to thank the senator from Pasadena for working with us to make sure that we had strong guardrails in this legislation. There are very strong guardrails to make clear that we're teaching ethnic studies, we're not going to teach anti-Semitism or any other form of hate, and we're not going to have a back door where people can go to local school districts and try to get the original version, the draft version, the rejected draft version, somehow backdoored in. This legislation will prevent that from happening, and so I rise in strong support and ask for an aye vote.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Members, I want to also rise in support of the bill for all the reasons that have been stated. We are certainly hopeful that this will lead to an inclusive curriculum, one that gives inspiration to the next generation of California students to think critically about American history, and also to learn different stories, new stories, stories that, of course, they're only new in the curriculum, but they're old stories oftentimes that have been undertold about struggles and challenges that so many of our communities have faced. Obviously, this is something that's important for our state as we learn to live and thrive together in a truly pluralistic society. And I think that's one of the reasons why I want to just closely associate myself with the comments of the senator from San Francisco. One of the reasons why folks in the Jewish community, Armenian community, some South Asian communities, et cetera, were concerned about the original draft, inclusion issues, and then in a couple of cases, some outright discriminatory content in the original version. And it's one of the reasons why this bill contains special guardrails to protect against discriminatory content, so that we really can ensure that this is going to be a course that's going to teach kids to live and thrive in a truly pluralistic society. That's what this is all about: getting to know each other's stories and cultures, and then to live and grow and thrive together. And so, one of the reasons why the Instructional Quality Commission, as was mentioned, worked so hard to come to a draft model curriculum that met those goals. It's what we're certainly hoping for with this course. And with all of that work having been done and all the work of the activists over so many years, I strongly support this measure. Thank you.